He's like, I got you, girl. I've been in this business for the past 15 years. She's like, I gotta make it look like Jack Sparrow himself is mopping this ship. Well, the thing about it is there's one condition. Hey guys, it's Kim and welcome back to my Let's Play for The Sims 4 Sweet Dreams Legacy. So in this part, we are actually going to focus on many different Sims of ours. Misty has a gig at 12 p.m. for a commercial that she auditioned for last part. Oh, August came through. Hey, what's up, bro? I didn't even give you resident keys, so I don't know how you came in. And then outside of that, Venice has book club because it is book club today. And I wanted her to get together with the old gang that we know and love. Well, know and tolerate. And then I have a surprise for you guys with Stella and Elle. Because I believe that they're actually going to end up signed sooner than we originally thought. I want her to practice playing before they go because they're actually going to a park or a cafe and they're going to start busking for tips. And they're hoping to get discovered because their dream is to go on tour one day, have sold out shows, and look at Cookie. I love. Dogs appreciate music. See? She is that girl. So I want to do that after Venice's book club, probably the next day. So she's level 4. I know Elle is pretty much starting out. She's level 2 in piano, which isn't bad. And of course, this reminds me, in the last part, we established Cody as her video editor. Officially in that capacity. He went out with Misty thinking it was a date. She was just taking him out to dinner just to, you know, be nice to him and all that stuff and thank him for his hard work. And speaking of, I'm going to have her reply to comments. She wants to engage with the fans. And then, of course, hype her next video because you know one's coming. Why is there so much university homework right now? Are you kidding me? I got to check back in with the boys because I know they have class today for sure. But we'll see how much we can get done before, or rather after her audition. 13,101 Dalmatians, or followers, if you will. How? I don't have a mod in my game that's causing that, so she's just shooting up in her fame. Like, it's amazing. I don't know why she's upset. Fury of the Trolls. Some people can be so mean. Misty has killer style. Every day is such a look. He is, man, I don't know if it's him being away in the desert or whatever in Texas and basic training, but something about it in Strangerville, actually. He's just interested in her right now. Oh my gosh. Passing steamy looks across the room anytime I see Scout. I need to get my flirt on. The only thing I can think of is if when she was replying to comments, it was really on her YouTube video that she got a nasty comment. Someone saying, girl, you're doing too much. You think you're bougie and all that. You think you're too good for everybody. You already think you're famous and you're not. She's like, well, oh yeah, watch me. I'm going to climb up to the top. She's like, yeah, go on with your little measly commercial. Doesn't mean anything. You think you're going to make waves? So, yeah. All right, the gig, I keep saying that, starts now. All right, we are here on the set of our first commercial. Oh my gosh. Like I said, guys, this is Sky King, who I made. When Get Famous first came out, I made him in Raven. And so he's like a famous movie star. But get into hair and makeup. Ooh, Adita Barredo is our makeup artist of the day. Let's just give them a funny introduction. I feel like she's the type to rub elbows with everybody, kind of flatter people, but be genuine. She's genuine in her flattery, you know? She'll pay compliments where they're due. She wants to befriend her makeup artist. She wants to befriend her wardrobe people. She wants a whole team behind her, and eventually she'll probably have that. She'll have an assistant and everything else. She's still pretty mad right now about that comment for a couple hours, which is frustrating because she's having to work. But I think she'll snap out of it and be professional ultimately, hopefully. She's like, hey boo, can you get me going? Make sure I look good. The camera adds 10 pounds. We need to make sure that we cover up whatever we can. And we have until 8 p.m. to do this. So book club will probably end up happening late tonight because it's going to take some time. But look at her getting her powder, make sure she doesn't shine. He's like, I got you, girl. I've been in this business for the past 15 years. I'm going to make you look snatched. The cheekbones, you have incredible bone structure already. It's like giving Da Vinci paints to work with and a free blank canvas. I love to work with this type. So he's like, do you trust me? How does she look? I don't remember what she looks like for this particular commercial. Oh yeah, she just looks the same. Yeah, well, they changed her eye makeup a little bit. So pretty basic because it's just a commercial. It's not like a gig where she gets into a major like outfit or anything. So this here is Ishan Basu. I imagine maybe he came over from Asia and he's kind of new to the industry. I feel like he left that life behind. His parents didn't want him to go into the entertainment industry. They don't take it serious, but he's happy to be here. So she's definitely wanting to just befriend everybody she can. Post your Instagram story. Of course. You gotta post yourself in that costume specifically. It is a must. She's like, hey, besties. Got the gig, and now we're gonna do it. The gag is, I've been ready for this. All right, we're going to tell the director we are ready to get started. We could have practiced acting, but we're just going to get into it because time flies fast. 17,908 followers. So she's Insta famous. She's looking to become Hollywood famous, but right now she's a pretty strong influencer. Why are you trying to be mean? Oh my gosh, stop. You don't get off on the wrong foot with the director. Absolutely not. I know you're tense right now, but you need to chill. Tell the director, you can get notes from her. Tell her you're ready to perform. We're ready to bring it. It done already been brought. We have pizza and craft services, which is not the best thing before you go on because it induces mucus and stuff. We got some notes. She's like, okay, make sure you just smile big for the cameras. Don't worry about, being innovative or anything. We're not looking for that. Just do it, by the book. This director is like a lot more strict, but she's going to take it risky because she's like, I have to be noticed. I have to be seen by these producers and these executives, and maybe they'll give me my own sitcom or drama like in the same vein as This Is Us. So she's like, I'm gonna spin this wheel with my everything. Yes, give it. Look at that freezer bunny, that's captive. It's so funny. And then she's gonna do a risky perform the show, the product. She's like, I'm gonna get used to this. I'm gonna have brand deals. I gotta learn how to be sponsored and promote it well. So it's like a parakeet, a macaw, some kind of parrot or bird. She's like, if you guys want to be squeaky clean, buy this. You want to be a poppin', you gotta get this proper soap. From squeaky clean bodies to squeaky clean reputations. I don't know. I was just very off the cuff improv right now. Then she's gonna bring it with a mop scene. She's like, I gotta make it look like Jack Sparrow himself is mopping this ship. Oh my gosh. Swabby who? So she did get silver for her performance. It's about to end in 60 minutes. You can go to the bathroom. So she gave it her all. She ended up getting silver for her first commercial, which isn't bad because it's her first official role. We want to get gold, obviously, but it's not bad. That's a wrap. Misty has finished all her scenes. The crew is shutting down. The footage is being sent to editing. Oh my gosh. And I saw she got promoted. We'll get into it when we get back. Okay, so Misty has been promoted to background actor, which means new auditions have become available. I'm not going to have her jump into auditions yet because I want to see what the boys' university schedule is so I can kind of coordinate when everything's going to happen. Also, do we have any holidays coming up? We have family reunion on Saturday. I'll probably wait till after the family reunion to get her another gig, and she can instead just focus on honing her craft and doing YouTube videos. So I'm going to have her get something to eat, and I'm going to switch over to Venice in a bit to make sure that she can do her book club. But I'm going to have the girls practice. Yeah, I'm going to have them practice their instruments and their singing and all that because tomorrow we're planning to go out and make it happen for ourselves. They're hoping to be discovered. Now, it doesn't happen immediately a lot of times, but there are some overnight success stories, and that's what they're kind of hoping to be. The singing needs so much work. I really hope you sound better tomorrow. Yeah, you're almost at level 5. Let's see if I can get her to level 5 before we do that. Hey, not bad, Missy. We've been hearing talk, and the word is your performance was acceptable. It's the highest praise any of our represented actresses has ever received. You're our kind of gal. She's like, thanks to the agents. So text Cody and also Scout and let them know about the progress she's making in the industry. Oh, I knew this might be the case. We can't right now. I'm about to go to book club. But yeah, Scout definitely can't go with her because he's in basic training. He can't come all the way over here. I just wanted her to just text them and keep that going. Maybe she'll go over to see Cody tomorrow or something. Especially because she needs to make YouTube videos, so she needs him to edit her stuff. Alright, she's level 5. Stella can sing jazz songs via the piano, guitar, and microphone. She's also able to sing jazz songs by clicking on herself and selecting sing song. Awesome. So we are going to Venice. Not the place. Venice herself. Alright, we are here at book club. I might have actually just removed her from the club and just didn't remember. It's been a long time, and I feel like we've had plenty of time to catch up on some good reads. Haha, pun unintended about good reads. Let's go ahead and sit in here and just start catching up. Venice has been through so much since the last time they met up, I think. So she's like, guys, oh my gosh, Sydney. Especially you need to talk to Sydney. Because of the fact that Sydney and her sister's son are now dating. So I feel like they'll have a lot to talk about with that specifically. And it's been a long time since they've been able to spend time together. Say she's working it, like she has changed up her look, she's got a haircut, everything else. And she's just like so sad about her babies being out of the house, August and Misty. And they're moving on to better things, but she's looking forward to seeing them at the family reunion. She's like, I totally get you. Vienna being in college has been heartbreaking. Our family just got reunited after Vincent got out of prison, and I hoped we would have more time together before she had to leave. But you know our girl, Vienna, she is always a go-getter. She's always about her academic pursuits, and I am on board with it. I just wish she would have gone to school from home, you know? She's like, yeah, but you know, our kids want to find their independence, so I understand that might be the case. Sometimes they want to just branch out and explore new territories, maybe get their own place. And she's like, yeah, wow, I remember when we were so young and before we even had children. Yeah, everyone else left. How y'all reading books in the book club and you leave? Like, what? Oh, they're all in line getting coffee, most likely. It's been so good to catch up with you, Sid. Not that kind of Sid for Toy Story. It's been so good to catch up with Sydney a bit, and we're gonna start discussing some books. She needs to get something to eat. Oh, we're not gonna shake that and risk her dying. No, ma'am. Venice is not going to die anytime soon. Also, something I realized is they haven't really known their really, really young sister. If you guys remember, Patience and Calvin had a little girl after Sean and Catherine, and she is Anne. I actually aged her up to being a child, and I had forgotten it. I don't think they've even met her yet. They're so distant because she was born so far after everybody else. But I do want her to maybe be at the family reunion. We'll see if that can happen. But we need to be discussing books and reading and all that stuff. That's what we're here for. We're here to talk, but we're also here to talk books. You know what I'm saying? So they, I think, did Pride and Prejudice last time. So I would love it if we could like do fantasy, or what is here? First Unicorn's Children. Is this historical? This is fantasy. Point Farmer No More. We could do that. So our next book we will discuss is a fantasy book called Point Farmer No More. Since the last time she met with her club, she's published, or not published, but she's written a cookbook, A Taste of Venice. So she might want to like share that with them. And be like, guys, I wrote a book of my own. If you guys are interested, we could discuss it at some point. Discuss fine cuisine, how fitting. And so she's going to try to see if they'll be on board with maybe doing that. And then, of course, Autumn, who had issues with her all this time, is jealous of her. She's like, we only discuss literature in this club. We don't discuss recipe books. Speaking of Vienna, she's here. Oh, my gosh. She's like, oh, and she's doing the whole adult thing. You've grown. When I last saw you, you were this small. Vienna's fine with it, though. But yeah, she's like, oh my gosh, I heard you're in school. What degree program are you in? What's your major? And so she learns she's majoring in physics at Foxbury. It's a distinguished degree, so she's really impressed. Cody. Everyone shows up everywhere I am. He's even sitting at the table on top of her. She learned very quickly that Vienna is a clumsy, genius, and socially awkward. That's right. I don't know why Cody sat on top of her, like the disrespect of the mother of Misty. She should also introduce herself to him because he wants to get with Misty. I feel like it would be really him introducing himself to her, but since I'm playing her, I have to do it that way. But he's like, hey, I heard you and Misty are friends. You are editing my daughter's videos. He's like, oh, you're Misty's mom. Yeah, we haven't really met before. Are you in school as well? It's already 12 a.m., so we might go home soon. Trying to see if we can ask about that. So she just wants to find out more about who her daughter might be interested in spending time with. She doesn't know that he has feelings for her, but at the same time, by the stars in his eyes and the tone he takes on when he talks about her, she's kind of figuring it out. So she learned that he is an able tinker at handy-handers. So she loves the fact that he's a handyman, really just making his own money And she just wants to make sure that he is being good to her daughter. So she's going to get to know him a bit. She learned he's loyal. Just good things all around. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and end the club gathering. Because it is, it's 1 in the morning, my gosh. And she has work. So I'm going to go ahead and switch back over to maybe Ledger real quick. Just to make sure Ledger and August got all their stuff done. I'm going to come back around to Stella to have her and Elle go to perform. But first thing, I'm going to make sure school's still going okay. You have a term paper to submit, and I did have him start on it. Term paper edit. August, on the other hand, he has class in 12 hours. He has a final exam. He has a presentation to give. So I need to have him give his presentation before I switch back to Stella. Unnatural environment. From a green field being on an industrial street. The air feels so gross and the land feels so unnatural. Why can't this neighborhood be a bit more green? Really? I didn't even remember him being a green fiend. Well, that's awkward. You're living in the city. So maybe not live in the city next time? Just a suggestion. And of course, the boys are talking to each other because they're best friends. But August is a generous sim. Generous sims constantly desire to uplift others and are always willing to lend an ear to someone else's hardships. They get along with just about everyone and prefer to be polite and respectful to others. This allows them to form relationships and improve their charisma skill quicker. Basically, he has to just exercise wisdom. He keeps wanting to talk to Ledger to give him pep talks. Like, keep going, man. You're going to be able to do this. You're going to pull it off. And he's ready to submit his paper, so I'm going to have him do that. Thankfully, he's not plagiarizing, because he could actually, it's bad to do, but also he could be put on probation. So it's really like, you don't want to do that, man. The doctor is eating something with corn syrup, because applesauce has that, but go off, I guess. It's excellent. You can make it more. You can make it outstanding. I want you to bring the university to their knees. Blow their socks off. Stop talking. This is making you take longer, dude. Okay, guys. He won't finish it. It's probably because he's so dang tense. So I'm just going to have him give his presentation as soon as it's available. The wind and rain can be pretty punishing, especially to the businesses here in Tomarang. It appears that one of our local vendors is desperate for help, as their market stall is on the brink of disaster. It's still coming down pretty hard out there and may not be safe for Cody to offer help at this time. Of course he's going to go for it. What's a little bad weather when businesses are at stake? Cody decides to brave the storm and lend a helping hand to repair the market stall before it can be hit with more damage. The vendor is so pleased with Cody's bravery that they thank him as some extra simoleons and shelter from the storm. Aww, that's good. Aww. I feel like he's the type to just sacrifice everything to help someone else. Can you actually give your presentation yet? Okay. I'll have him give his final presentation. I just want to make sure that they actually are likely to pass their classes. So if he does that, he has a final exam in 4 hours. Hopefully it goes over well for them. It's hard to say. I didn't have any new videos for Misty or for him to edit yet, but look at him in his uniform. And Chandler showed up. Oh my gosh. But what I probably will start doing, instead of moving him to the household each time, have Misty film a video, and then when I'm in their household, have him edit it. But anyway, Misty just walked right in. He's like, oh my gosh, maybe she'll love a guy in uniform. Wow. He's gonna tell her a funny story. Of course, express his admiration, just anything and everything to make her feel comfortable with him, and just maybe start taking him more seriously, because he doesn't want to be in the friend zone. That's not the place you want to stay. August finished his presentation though, and he's doing his homework, even though he's struggling right now. You'll get over it. You will. You're gonna have to. Maybe. He wants to work out. Really? Can you just, like, stop trying to go somewhere else? Okay, so I have to get their instruments in their inventory. Make sure they have all their instruments with them that they can. I don't think I can bring a keyboard. I can bring a microphone, thankfully. So I have the busking center stage performance. Oh my gosh, it's telling me August. Yeah, I think he's taking his exam. So we'll see how that goes. Let's see, where do we want to perform at? The concert venue, which is like where they're ending up one day. Or we could perform outside of like the thrifty shop I got from the gallery. I figure they might do that and just find some place where a lot of people are likely to show up. Alright guys, so we are here. So I'm going to have Stella come over here and busk with her guitar. And I'll have Elle come over here, and I probably will just get her a keyboard really fast to put out here. And then she can play. Yes! They're right outside this store. And if you guys are wondering who these people are, These are actually, I don't know where, hold on, where's the other guy? Oh gosh, he's inside. Well, they are actually performing in front of record label execs and studio engineers. The record label owner is actually inside. He's Steven, but these two are sound engineers, and they are both like, oh, like this guy is also responsible for scouting, so he's like, oh, they've got a good ear for music. They actually sound not bad. They've got potential. So, with that in mind, Steven's actually going to introduce himself to Stella. He recognizes her, oh heck no. He recognizes her as being the leader of the group. So she's just gonna talk to him. She's like, oh my gosh, I recognize you from social media. I know you are a major player in the industry. And I wanted to introduce myself. And he's like, yeah, the guys told me about you two. And I see you've got potential, so Elle should come in as well. And he's just like, I see you guys have got major potential from what my employees have told me. She's gonna just compliment him. You don't have to flatter me, girl. I already have my eye on you, quite frankly. She's not gonna flirt. She wants to get by on her merits, not on, you know, just, can we talk elsewhere, please? Wait, what? I haven't spent any time with Chase Petit. That actually makes sense because he's so busy just like being a kind of figurehead in the industry and he has other people doing his work for him. I'm gonna have him come out here and talk where there's more space. It's unfortunate because this is a better setting, but whatever. It's a little bit crowded. So they're all just gonna talk about having them be signed to the record label. And they're like, oh my gosh, of course. So he's like, I want you girls to come down with me. And I don't know why Elle just walked away. It's like, I want you guys to come down with me and we can begin signing the papers. She's talking to them. Everyone's running away and shopping. Stop. But he's like, you girls seem to have a very bright future ahead of you. If you keep it up, you will make waves and the Grammy will be not far from now. So they're going to actually head over to the record label to sign contracts and things like that. The surprise, the gag is that there's a contingency. There is a secret factor for them to be signed, but he's not going to tell them until after they've already signed, you know? So we are here and I built this record studio. I need you to change your outfit, Elle. This is not the look you want to be wearing right now. We are in front of the record label exec. You cannot be out here looking anything short of fly. So this is just like a simple studio I built, and it's called Blue Hues Records. And inside I have the recording booth. And so you can see there's instruments, there's mics, there's guitars, there's a piano. And then we have where the sound engineers will sit and, you know, edit it, cut the albums, all that stuff. And then we have an area to eat. This is like their plaques, like they have multi-platinum records and other things like that. And then this is like a lobby area. Of course, it's very chill. And then over here is the bathrooms, which is just not very exciting, but I feel like it's very industrial and it fits the style. So they're all gonna go inside and begin to sign the paperwork. Actually, I need to make an office for the owner because obviously he would have his own big office. They're going to talk to him, make it official. Oh, and the fact that it's a club means they can resign, you know, break contract if they needed to for whatever reason one day. Just joking around, like, this is such an exciting opportunity. I didn't expect us to get discovered so soon, but I'm so thankful that you agreed to, you know, have this on. He's like, yeah, of course. You two could be the next big thing. And so paperwork gets signed, and now he's like, well, the thing about it is there's one condition. To you all being on. Now, granted, they already signed their contracts. They agree to sign over their masters. They don't know better. So he's like, well, you girls have to include my daughter in your band. So this here is Ray Shine. Now, Ray Shine, she is very mean. She's self-absorbed. She's jealous or mean or something like that. She has no talent, no singing skill, no piano skill, no guitar skill. But because she's the daughter of the record label owner, she has to be included in the band. And so she's like, what? You didn't tell us this before. We only heard that we were just gonna be on the label and we were just gonna make our own music. He's like, yeah, but with my daughter. If you disagree, then you're breaking contract. You're in breach of contract. Wow. And actually need to switch around so he's the leader of the club. This makes Stella not very happy because she feels like she was tricked. She doesn't necessarily want to get on his bad side, but she is going to say, you know, this is not what you told us up front. This was very misleading. You didn't tell us anything about this. So she's arguing with him about it a little bit, but he's like, hey, watch yourself, girl. I can come after you with 10 suits, lawsuits, lawyers. I have a pack of lawyers at my disposal. So she's going to back off and be like, well, Elle, she's going to talk to Elle separately. This is not what we signed up for. We were not told we were going to have to do anything about this. The closest thing I can find right now is just discussing interests. So she's going to talk to Elle and be like, yo, we have to include this chick in our band, and we don't even know much about her. They don't know she's mean yet. They just know that she's getting opportunities because of nepotism. And that already puts a bad taste in their mouth. And I wanted them to talk outside, not where they can hear. But maybe because they're really nice, they aren't going to... And they're maybe a little bit more understanding because they know how their boss is. They're like, oh, yeah, I totally understand. But yeah, upsetting situation right now. So what I will do is add... We still have to name our band, but I feel like the record label is actually going to name them. Give their band a name as well that they don't even like. We're going to put... Where is she? Ray in the band. It is official now. And the record label is forcing them to have their name be Ray of Sunshine, which is not something they ever expected, not something that agrees with with their image or what their vision is of their music career, but that's how it ended up happening. But I would say that this guy over here, Chase, he finds out that they're not happy about the change, and he actually wants to come over and comfort them. And I figure Chase is from Paris originally. He moved here, and he's been in this label, under this label for 5 years. He's still kind of new, but not too new to it. And he's just like, oh, I get you. I hear you. I don't have a problem with adding another bandmate, but why did he not tell us before we signed? Like, it feels like something shady's going on. And he's saying, yeah, I totally get it. Like, I know a lot about Ray. She's like, what do you know? Not that I want to gossip, but what do you know about her? He's like, she's a handful. She doesn't really have talent. What? She just wants to get by on her father's coattails. So that's pretty terrible news for all of them, but I'm going to save everything else for the next part. In the next part, we will have the family reunion. We will have the boys finish their first term. We will have the first band rehearsal probably with Ray, which is so unfortunate. She's pretty bratty. But yeah. Anyways, hope you guys enjoy this part, and I will see you all next time. Bye, guys, and smiles all around.